pedals like, do you love me or not? Head is spinning and it don't know when to stop. You said forever, baby, did you mean it or not? Hold on, hold on. Give me a red, baby, but I still get the message. It's better lines, 3 dots, but I can connect them. If it ain't right, baby, you know I respect it. If you need time, just take your time. Honey, I get it, I get it, I get it. Way you got me all in my head. Think I'd rather you in my bed. Whatever it is, you know I can take it. Counting the days, how many days till I can see you again? Till I can see you again. Counting the days, how many days till I can see you again? Counting the days, how many days till I can see you again? Blowing kisses like will you catch 'em at night? Keep it with arrows, babe, I'm just shooting my shot. If I could get in, drop me a pin, hopping up and come over. Don't wanna be friends, just in skin, I wanna get closer and closer. The way you got me all in my head. Think I'd rather you in my bed. Whatever it is, you know I can take it. Counting the days, how many days till I can see you again? Till I can see you again. Till I can see you again. Counting the days, how many days? Till I can see you again. Counting the days, how many days? Till I can see you again.
Afternoon. I hope you are all well. I hope you can hear me well. And I hope you enjoyed the game yesterday. And I hope you enjoy looking at this just amazing football kit because it looks fire, absolute fire. Really appreciate everyone that's in right now. I know people are busy. I know people are having lunch. Really appreciate you jumping in. Also, massive thanks to Jen. Thank you so much for the memberships. Really appreciate it. Everybody who's just picked up a membership, please drop a win in there for Jen and thank her. And also, wow, thank you so much, Cam, for also the 5 memberships for everybody. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. Thank you so much for the memberships. Oh my God, have we got a Joyce Bomber? What? Really? Are you going to drop this right now? Hang on, let me see if there's breaking news. 2 seconds. Have we got a Paul Joyce Bomber? Paul Joyce. What have we got? Okay, so Tyler Morton's gone. Was that the Bomber? Or was it Everton have submitted another bid? Do you want to let me know what the Bomber was? Yeah, we can talk about that. We can talk about that, honestly. 100%. We can talk about that. Yeah, the kit is lovely. Like, it's so good as well to have long sleeves as well, which means I can wear it into the autumn, which is going to be great. If anyone watched the game last night, then you just know how good Liverpool are going to be this season. Like even with the fact that we had one recognised defender playing last night in both games, we still looked brilliant. Like, going forward is just like absolute fire bombs. Like players just like the red arrows. Honestly, like the red arrows. I mean, in that game alone, we could have literally had about 3 goals in the first like 20 minutes. Oh yeah, I can see the bomber. Hang on, I can see the bomber. 2 seconds. Let me just cut a couple of things up, and I will also talk about these. Let me just do this. 2 seconds. Yeah, I think if I'm completely honest, I think the Mark Guehi deal gets done really quickly. I really think the Mark Guehi deal will get done soon. Massive thanks, Bear, for the £2 super chat. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. And also big up Jen for the 2-month membership. Amazing. I'll have to come up with like another emoji for people who are members for 3 months, because I've only done the first month and the second month. I haven't thought that far ahead, so I'll have to do that. Mate, I was on 2 shows last night. I was on 2 shows. I was in the chat on one of them, and I was on another show yesterday. I really don't know how many times I have to defend Cody Gapco. like the guy's job is to score goals and provide assists, and people still complain when he scores goals and provides assists. Like, I don't understand it, Russell. Like, I've said it from day one on so many channels. Cody Gapco is a bagsman. He is a bagsman. He will score so many goals for Liverpool. Like, he will score more goals than Luis Diaz. He will score more goals than Darwin Núñez. He will score more goals than... He'll probably score more goals than Hugo Ekitike. I'm not kidding you. Like, Cody Gapco is an absolute bagsman. If you can isolate Cody Gapco so he hasn't got 2 players on him or 3 players on him, he'll score your goals. He will score your goals and he will provide you assists. Like, Liverpool created 11 goals from back post crosses from Cody Gapco last season. Like, I'm not making that up. We created 11 goals from his back post cross that maybe was scored or maybe created a chance that was scored. That's how important he is. He's an absolute bagsman. Like, even that finish, like, he chipped it over the goalkeeper on the line, like, as the goalie was coming out. Like, he's a really, really good player. Like, really good player. Like, and he's had a really good pre-season. For people to, like, say, oh, he needs to pick it up, he needs to look out for his position. No, he doesn't. No, he certainly doesn't. Cody's got 3 goals and 2 assists in pre-season. 3 goals and 2 assists in pre-season. And he was a bagsman last pre-season. Like, he needs to shape up. He needs to sharpen up. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. What Cody does is he scores his chances and he creates chances. That's what he does. Like, I don't care if he's not in the game for like 20 minutes. I don't care. Like, who cares if Cody's not in the game for 20 minutes? As long as he scores a winner, that's all I'm bothered about. Like, I don't need Cody to be in midfield creating stuff, because that's what the midfielders are there for. Like, I need Cody to be sharp and to be ready to take a chance. And guess what? That's what he does. That's what he does. He's very, very underrated. He's very underrated. There's quite a few Liverpool players that seem to be just underrated. And it doesn't matter what they do. I don't think it's going to ever matter what they do. They're always going to be underrated because maybe they're not classy on the eye. Maybe they don't do the tricks and the flicks. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe their demeanour, like maybe because they're not trying to dribble past players and they're not, pumping the crowd up or whatever. I don't know. I just don't know. But some people, I just don't know. I just don't think they're ever going to win. And with Cody, I just don't think he's ever going to win. I don't think he's ever going to win. I think he's always going to be, oh, he doesn't do enough, or he's not in the game enough. But the guy just scored 2 goals yesterday and won us the game. Like, he won us the game. Like, he wasn't at fault. He wasn't at fault for the set piece. The ball literally smashed off his head, off his face. Like, it went in off his nose and eye. Like, the fact that he was there, you should be impressed about, because I didn't see Canate and I didn't see Robbo or anyone like that in those positions. Like, I didn't see any of our central defenders in and around the set pieces. Like, the fact that Cody tracked the runner and unfortunately the ball smashed off his face and went in, like, that's got nothing to do with Cody. Like, I never underrated Cody ever. Thanks, mate. Appreciate that. I never underappreciated him either. Always said, Bagsman, top player. Think he's a really, really special player who's going to get a lot more goals. And if he's given the chance and he's given the first team spot, which I think he is now, then stand by, because we've got so much to be excited about next season. So there's 177 of you in here already. Please hit the like and subscribe. It's just hit the like if anything. It's free. Get it done right away. That'll be amazing. And if you do want to be a subscriber, join the channel. Got 1,700 of you now. Aim is for 2,000. My aim was for 2,000 for the end of the year, but I think I might even get 2,000 by the end of the month, because you're all just amazing and the channel's blowing up, and I can't wait. And I've also got a big announcement as well in the next, day or so. So I'm going to have a channel sponsor soon, which is a really, really brilliant sponsor, and it's a great app that I use, which I can talk about as well. So I'm going to be announcing that soon. So it's all going really well, and I'm really glad to have you all on board. So let's get into it. And also, big up Jordan for becoming a subscriber. Good to have you on board. One of the rebels. Oh yes, we're going to talk about those two. But I'm going to just touch on a couple of things, especially about the Cody thing. Okay. So first of all, there's some stuff which has come out, which kind of makes me think we're done. So Real Madrid are finished with recruiting in the summer market after the signings of Alexander-Arnold, Dean Huijsen, Carreras, Mastano. So it looks like Real Madrid are done, which means that Canate is safe for the season at least. So we don't need to worry about that. So Ibrahima Canate looks like he's going to be safe. So we don't need to worry about Real Madrid coming in to try and nab him at the end of the window. So that's good news. Next piece I want to move on to is bear with me. Let me just find it here. Rodrigo wants to stay at Real Madrid amid interest from Tottenham, Arsenal, and Liverpool. That's now in other media outlets. So that's now in the Standard. It's also been in the Mirror. I think that will probably filter through to other journos, but it looks like the Rodrigo has gone. Okay, no Rodrigo to Liverpool. Okay, we can cross that one off the list, which I also think is a good thing, because that definitely means that there's a few moves that are going to happen, which we should be very, very excited about. Very excited about. This is one of them. AC Milan have shown interest in Darwin Núñez alongside Al Hilal, who consider the Uruguayan their priority target. On the other hand, it's unlikely Milan will be able to afford him. The money that Milan have offered is half the money that we want. So we're looking at the likes of 30 million Milan have offered, which I think is ridiculous because Napoli offered 40 million and we laughed that off. So he's going to Al Hilal. Like, I think we all understand this now, that he's going to Al Hilal. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. I was on Mo's channel last night. Also, Endrick is staying at Real Madrid as well, so there's going to be quite a battle at Real Madrid in the attacking department. So good luck to Rodrigo. I'm sure he'll do well. So yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so the likes of Darwin Núñez. I was on Mo's channel last night, and basically, I find it really interesting that, and this is what I talked about. I find it really interesting that this whole scenario is kind of played out, and I'll kind of talk about it now. So this whole scenario is played out where we knew we were going to sell players, yeah, and we knew we were going to buy players, and we've kind of waited just at the right moment to go in for the right people, and everything has been strategic, tactical. The timing's been perfect for everybody, and we've got a lot of our business done impeccably by doing it at the right moment, getting them done early, the timing, the fact that we got a load of deals done in the PSR window, and then that closed, and then the new window's opened for this year, and now we're after Isak and obviously Guehi to finish off the signings. I find it really interesting that we didn't go for Isak earlier, and my spin on it is we waited for everyone to sign their strikers, so we didn't have any competition, because Isak is a unicorn, and there's a lot of teams that would probably spend the money on Isak if they could. Arsenal may well have gone for it. The likes of Chelsea might have gone for it. Manchester United might have tried. There's teams that might have done it, but we waited, and we made sure that all the teams had done their striker business before we then went and made ours. The interesting thing is, we bid 110 million. It gets rejected. Newcastle then directly bid 75 million, which has now gone up to 80 million for Sesko. So we bid, they reject, they directly go in for another guy. Interesting. Where are they getting the money from? Now they're in negotiations to close this deal. Yeah. We then sell Luis Diaz to then have extra cash to then offer more money. And now Newcastle's owners, PIF, are going to buy Darwin Núñez through one of their clubs, Al Hilal, in Saudi Arabia. And that money that pays for Núñez is going to go back into Newcastle to pay for Isak. So for all the Newcastle fans to come at Liverpool and start saying, oh, you're unsettling our star striker, you've done things underhandedly, blah, 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 blah. Look at your owners. Your owners are basically funding your own player to leave. Like, that's what's happening. In the grand scheme of things, PIF are basically going to help Liverpool pay for Isak. Like, that is it. Like, there's no grey area. There's no ifs or buts or maybes. That's what's happening. There's two clubs in Saudi Arabia that are both owned by PIF who own Newcastle that are probably going to give us 60, 70 million, which we are then going to add to the Luis Diaz money and take Isak out of Newcastle for about 135 million. Look at yourself. Don't look at us. Like, Don't look at us. All we're doing is bidding for a player. And we're entitled to bid for a player because the transfer window's open. Anyone can bid for anybody because the transfer window's open. So it is what it is. And that's going to happen. Because Darwin Núñez waved goodbye to everybody yesterday. That felt like a goodbye. For me, that felt like a goodbye. It also felt like a goodbye for somebody else as well. It felt like a goodbye for Harvey Elliott yesterday. Read into it how you will, but it felt like a goodbye to Harvey Elliott. What was really interesting is that first string team had a lot of players that are fringe players. Like the majority of that squad, bar McAllister, bar Jones, bar Rio, and probably Robbo, and obviously the goalkeeper, a lot of them are in the shop window for me. A lot of them are in the shop window. And Trey, sorry. Trey was sensational, by the way. I thought Trey Naoni was better as a centre-back than Robbo yesterday and Simicas. He was absolutely sensational yesterday. Trey Naoni, brilliant. And I felt like that could be the last we see of Harvey Elliott. I know a lot of people want to keep him. You can't keep a guy that has intentions of playing more games and wanting to win and wanting to get into the England team to play in the World Cup. And if you've got the likes of Tottenham who bid 60 million for Gibbs White and they've just lost Maddison, that deal makes a lot of sense. You've got RB Leipzig, who are obviously Jurgen Klopp's the development. He absolutely loves Harvey Elliott. Going there to replace Xavi Simons makes a lot of sense. So Chelsea might be helping us in a weird way. That's the weird thing about it. There's so many clubs that have actually helped us on the way. Like Bayern Munich are helping us. Like Chelsea are probably going to help us by getting Xavi Simons out of Leipzig to then fund Harvey Elliott going the opposite direction. Xabi Alonso's helped us by us getting two of his best players and his old team by buying Kwanzaa off us. It's crazy. It's crazy how it's all worked out. But it does look like it's all coming together now. And I watched that game last night, and there's a lot of players that look like they played for Liverpool for a long time, and they've only played for us for about 2 weeks. Ekitike has played for Liverpool for 2 45-minute games, and he looked like he'd been at the club for a couple of years. He looked more integrated than Darwin Núñez, who's been at Liverpool for over 3 years. Jerome Frimpong was just bombing up and down, looking like he'd been there for years. And are we even going to talk about Kerkez? How good was Kerkez yesterday? Kerkez won the most tackles. He was the most accurate passer, and he won 5 out of 6 duels. Kerkez is going to be so good, and he's going to be so underrated. I thought he was sensational yesterday, and nobody talked about him. Not one person talked about Kerkez at the end of the game. He was absolutely brilliant. And Frimpong basically stopped Nico Williams from doing anything in the game. 6 dribbles that he lost. Nico Williams tried 6 dribbles, lost all 6. Completely shut him out. Completely shut him out of the game. He did nothing. And look, we wanted Nico Williams. Arsenal wanted Nico Williams. Bayern Munich wanted Nico Williams. Barcelona wanted Nico Williams. Everybody wanted Nico Williams. He was looking like the next big thing. And Frimpong just shut him down. See you later, mate. See you later. Atletico Madrid didn't do a lot in that game apart from set pieces. And we do need to talk about set pieces, because there's an interesting little stat which I found about set pieces. And one of them was, we don't score enough set pieces. Like 2.6 goals out of 100 set pieces last season for Liverpool. That is really bad. Like, that's really bad. Like, if you look at Arsenal, they got 7.8, Villa got 6.7, Chelsea got 4.1, and Man City got 5.3. We got 2.6. We were the fourth lowest in the league. Like, we haven't been great off set pieces. So that is a concern. And even Slop said it in the press conference. But something we are still good at is we are so dangerous from the opposition's defensive corners. Like, we scored 9.8 goals from 100 defensive counter-attacks. Like, we're miles ahead of everyone else, which is really good. But like, one of their set pieces, I think, was offside anyway, if I'm honest, and the other one bounced off Gakpo's face and went in. But we still looked shaky. We still look shaky. We looked shaky in the first game from set pieces. So this isn't just like, oh, well, it's the first team that are a bit iffy. It seems like the whole system needs work on it. And if teams can score goals off set pieces, then we're always going to be conceding a goal in a game, because they will just go for set pieces all the time. And we need to be wary of that, because that game was not a 3-2 game. I'm sorry. That game was like a 6-2 game. Like, Wirtz missed 3 big chances in the first half. Wirtz was brilliant, but he should be scoring. Will Wright should have scored. Mo Salah should have scored his penalty, let's be fair. The amount of times that Dominic Szoboszlai should have just struck the ball. Like, just hit the ball, Dom. Stop trying to pass it to people and score your chances. The amount of times he's got a chance to just put it in the bottom corner, and he keeps on looking for the pass. Players need to have a little bit more oomph about them and take it on themselves. If it wasn't for Cody, we'd have lost that game. And it would have been a weird one, because we certainly didn't deserve to lose it. But if it wasn't for Cody with his 2 clinical finishes, one under the goalkeeper and the other one he chipped it over the goalkeeper, then it's a different game, and there's a different outlook, and you feel a little bit like, oh, we lost another pre-season game, and now we've got Crystal Palace coming up. And I also wanted to talk about the Crystal Palace game coming up. I do think that Mark Guehi and Eze will be in that game. I don't think those 2 deals are going to get done anytime soon, because Crystal Palace need replacements, and Oliver Glasner is not going to sell his 2 stars unless he gets replacements. And they have tried a number of times to try and sign replacements, and they just keep on getting rejected, because unfortunately they don't have a huge amount of money. So it's going to be a weird one with them. It might even be a case of we give them the Guehi money, they buy a replacement, and then we announce Guehi. Like, I don't know how that one's going to work. But the fact that Newcastle are now linked with Guehi and are ready to offer 40 million, but now it's a case of, well, Guehi's worth 50 million, which I always said Crystal Palace wanted 50 million. Paul Joyce has said there remains interest in Mark Guehi. Should Palace agree to sell, then the asking price of the player would be key, given he's entered the final year. This is just a stance. It's literally who makes a move first. Like, who lowers the price first? That's what it's all about with Guehi now. Liverpool want to pay 35 million. Crystal Palace want 50 million. They're just not going to get 50 million. They're probably going to get 40 million. And the worry is if Newcastle go in with 40 million, which also makes me wonder, where have they got this money from? So they're willing to spend 80 million on Sesko and 40 million on Guehi. Well, that adds up to the money that we're going to offer for Isak. So maybe there's an element of, well, they've already got the Isak money, but they're not saying anything. We've already guaranteed it, and they're starting to spend it to get some replacements in. And if we go and look, if they sign Sesko, yeah, and we don't obviously sign Isak just yet, and then we gazump them for Mark Guehi as well as the fact that we gazump them for Ekitike, and then we go and get Isak from them, it is going to look like we just pulverised Newcastle this season, and that's not really fair, because I feel like the Ekitike one might have been a ploy for us to not go for Isak. Like, as in, they go for Ekitike, we go, hang on a minute, we want Ekitike, we sign Ekitike, and then they go, okay, you've got Ekitike now, we're keeping Isak. And there might have been a ploy like that, but it's just not worked out like that. So I just don't know how that goes. I think Guehi's worth 40 million. I've got to be honest. I think he's worth 40 million. I do. But there's also other centre-backs that have been linked. And this one I really do like as well. Like, this is another centre-back that I am a fan of. And we talked about this one before. Brentford's centre-back, Nathan Collins. He's the same age as Guehi. He's also 24. He's also been made the Brentford captain. So you've now got two club captains who are linked with Liverpool in Guehi and Nathan Collins. I think Nathan Collins would probably cost around the same amount as Guehi. So I don't know why we wouldn't just do 40 million, because I think Nathan Collins might cost 40 million. So I don't know how that goes. But the fact that we only had one recognised centre-back last night in that team, I mean, I'm not going to lie, like, Endo looked better than Konate last night. Like, Endo was absolutely sensational. But if you're going to play Endo against, I don't know, like an Arsenal or a Manchester City or a Chelsea, I'm sorry, like, but I don't think he's going to be able to cope in that kind of game. And we don't want to be throwing midfielders in centre-back positions at the start of the season. Like, that's just stupid. When we spent God knows how much money, we might as well just spend the extra 5 million and get Guehi. So I think this is a case of one of these central defender deals will go soon. Either or, I'm fine. But I do like Guehi more because he can play on the left, and he would be eventually a replacement for Virgil for me. Nathan Collins, though, is a really good player. He's a really good player. Okay, so Isak, it would take a standout market opportunity for Liverpool to consider a different attacking option instead of Isak. So it's now coming out that we are not interested in anyone else. It's him only. The alternative, if Liverpool don't sign another centre-back in the window, is turning Ryan Gravenberch or Wataru Endo in to fill in for Virgil van Dijk. Konate and Gomez are not available. If Konate or Gomez aren't available, I just don't see that being an option. I don't see us trying to stick square pegs in round holes anymore. I think we're done with that. I think we're totally done with that. There's also talks about terminating contracts. There's new legal action which could lead into a law changing, allowing players to terminate their contracts without paying huge compensations across Europe. This is a law that's coming in soon, which I find really interesting. And it will obviously come down to the fact that players have been promised things, there's been guarantees, and they haven't been met. I think there's a lot of stuff that bases around that. More on Isak. Alan Shearer. I think Isak's gone, by the way. I think that's just done. And it's more around the fact that Shearer's coming out and being really public about it. No individual is bigger than any football club, and if he doesn't want to be there, get him out and say thanks. I think that's the situation. In that interview last season, he asked Isak, are you going to sign a new contract? And Isak said, we'll see, and laughed. And he was approached, he approached Paul Mitchell last season for a new contract, and Paul Mitchell just seen him off. No, you've still got 3 years. We'll talk about it another time. And that was it. And it's a little too late when you're trying to offer him a new deal now, when you had the chance to offer him a new deal and you turned him away. He was at the table. But you turned him away. So there's a couple of other things that I just wanted to point out. So there's this one, which is Bayer Leverkusen are looking at Rasmus Højlund. Also AC Milan, Inter Milan and Juventus. Manchester United are looking to offload a load of players now to basically find the funds to go up against Newcastle for Sesko. If Sesko goes to United, I think that's a really bad move for him. I really do, because he's going to be fighting it up front with a load of strikers. If he goes to Newcastle, he's the main man. He's the main man. And I was on a channel last night. I was on Mo's channel last night, and there was an Arsenal fan on there. And he said that Sesko kind of bottled Arsenal because he didn't think he'd be good enough to get past Kai Havertz. So, look, at the end of the day, back yourself, mate. But why would you want to fight against 3 other strikers at Manchester United, and 2 of them they've just signed as well, who are proven Premier League goal scorers in Mbeumo and Cunha, when you go straight into Newcastle, become a fan's favourite and be their main man? I really hope Newcastle get this deal done. I really hope this is one from Klopp. This is one from Klopp. Yeah. Obviously, more news coming out that Newcastle are ready to sell. I mean, this is all coming out from all types of media now, that Newcastle are willing to sell now. Also want to stick that up there with the amount we've spent. And he's done the better deals, let's be fair. And then obviously we're going to drop Isak on top of that, and potentially Mark Guehi. That's an unbelievable transfer window, if you ask me. And Arsenal sold no one. We've sold loads of players already to make a lot of money back. We probably also have to talk about this as well, because I don't know how true this is, but we probably need to talk about this. Where is it? I genuinely don't know how true this is, but Isak's agent was at Anfield last night, and so was Richard Hughes. Read into that how you want. Seriously, read into that how you want. And Richard Hughes was at Anfield last night, and he wasn't in France sorting out the deal for Tyler Morton, because that's done now. He's passed his first medical, so that's done. Tyler Morton is going to be a Lyon player, 15 million with 20% sell-on clause, which is amazing stuff. It's not true. It's not true, because apparently people are saying it was Will Wright's agents, but has Will Wright got the same agent as Isak? Has he got the same agent as Isak? Because apparently it was the other guy that was there. It's not his agent. Okay, cool. All right, and if that's not true, then that's not true. All right. Okay, it was Will Wright's agent. Okay, cool. All right, well, we can scratch that one off then. But I'm only sharing the news. That's all I'm doing. I'm just sharing the news. And also, Train Ione last night was insane. Most clearances, 4 in a match, 74 passes completed, second most while on the pitch, and 1 out of 2 duels, all while playing as a centre back as an 18-year-old kid. His awareness and his IQ is staggering. It's staggering. I watch him play and I see a Gravenberch regen, and he's 4 years younger. He's 4 years younger than Ryan Gravenberch, and I see a Gravenberch regen. Like, I don't know how good this kid could be in the future, but if him and Rio are basically managed the right way, there's no reason why they wouldn't be regular England players for the future. There's no reason why. There's no reason why you wouldn't see him basically being like a Jude Bellingham in midfield for England, and Rio just tearing people to pieces. Like, Rio's goal was unbelievable last night. Like, 2 minutes in, ran from the halfway line, smashed it in the corner. Like, fantastic stuff. I also wanted to bring this one up as well because I found this one quite interesting, that Manchester City are offering a new contract to Rodri. Rodri's 29. They're trying to do that so they see off Real Madrid. So there'll be no option for Real Madrid this year or next year. I think we just get on with that one now. I think we just understand that Rodri's going to be a City player for a while, and we just have to deal with it. He's huge for them. He's absolutely huge for them. This kid's going to be special. That's his pre-season already. That's his pre-season. Assist, a goal, an assist and a goal. And he just gets better. I would not be surprised if Rio plays in the final in the charity. What's it called? Community Shield. I wouldn't be surprised if he got game time in the Community Shield. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't be surprised if he was on the bench. Like, I genuinely believe he's done enough now to put himself in a position where he could be part of the first team squad as a squad player. And the same with Train Ione. Like, I'd be fine if they were 8th and 7th subs. I find it wild. How does Rio start over Gapco? Gapco scored 2 goals last night. Like, he won the game. Like, I'm just like, I'm staggered by people just not understanding that Cody is an absolute bagsman. Like, Cody is one of our best players. Like, Cody is probably one of our 5th best players, if you ask me. Like, GA wise, like, he's absolutely brilliant. Like, he's a great player. Yeah, I think Mac were just trying to ease him in because he had an injury, and he also got burnt out at the end of the season. 100%. I'm fine with Rio being Cody's backup. 100%. 100%. So what's your problem then? What's your problem? That's what Gapco does. Gapco scores goals. That's what his job is. He's a left winger who's on the pitch to score goals and provide assists. Like, I don't give a shit what else he does. Like, I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered if he doesn't get involved in the midfield because he shouldn't be there anyway. Like, I'm not bothered if he's not like putting challenges in the defensive area because I don't want him to be there. I want him to be up front. I want him to score goals and provide assists. And that's what Cody does. Anyway, who else have we got to talk about? A couple more things. We probably need to speak about him as well, because he was brilliant. He was absolutely brilliant last night. Flicks and tricks and drifting out wide and taking people on, and he got an assist. It's a good assist as well. It was a lovely ball that he played right across to Salah. Salah with his lovely clipped finish into the corner. I think he's brilliant. I think he's going to be a great player for us. He's already looks like he's fitted into the group, and there's been rumours from players in training that they're absolutely blown away by how good he is already. Like players knew that he was a talent, but I don't think they realised how good he was. And so there's already been a lot of stuff that's come back from players that have seen him and think he's absolutely sensational. So I think we've got a hell of a talent here. I think Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes have done it again. Like I think they've done it again. I think maybe we overpaid for him. Like 70 million is a lot of money to cough up. But it looks like this could have been something which could end up being a hell of an investment. Ekitike can play everywhere. Did you see him? Like, he looks so silky on the ball. Like, he's got a feather touch. He's got such lightning pace. Like, he's really fast. And he stays on side. Like, how many times was he on side? Like, there's a lot to like about him. And that's only the second 45 minutes he's been on a pitch. And for someone to come into a team and look that comfortable in the squad, interchanging with players, like him and Wirtz and Salah and Cody, all interchanging, looking really, really slick. That is quite scary because they've only been as a group for a couple of games. Can you imagine when they start pairing together in the Premier League? It's going to be scary. And Mo Salah passing the ball yesterday, like some of his passes are outrageous. He is outrageous with creativity. Honestly, he's outrageous with creativity. I would not be surprised if Mo ended up with 15 assists in the Premier League. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up with 15 assists this season. I just wouldn't. He looks like he's looking for the ball more, like to pass the ball more. And if he's got an Isak or an Ekitike in front of him, then you know Mo is going to get more assists because they're going to score and put the ball in the back of the net more. It's exciting, isn't it? It's exciting. Salah isn't human. He isn't human. You're right. At the end of the game, he didn't even have a sweat. Like, he wasn't even sweating at the end of the game. I'm looking at him going, mate, that's like a pre-season. Like, that's supposed to be a real hard slog. He weren't even sweating. Like, it was a madness. It was a madness. Maybe we might need to look at someone taking penalties as well. Like, maybe we might need to look at someone taking penalties as well because it's another one missed. It's another one missed. We'll see. I thought Will Wright should have took the penalty so he could get his first goal. But it is what it is. Also, I mentioned Frimpong. Nico Williams has lost the most duels, 7 in the match. That's what Frimpong was. The difference with Frimpong, and I'm not digging at any other players, yeah. You don't have to defend. You just need to be in the position to stand there. That's all he has to do in games. Like, there's an element of, I watched the game yesterday, and there's an element of Konate still doing what he used to do, where he just automatically bombs over to the right, and then you've got Konate over on the right hand side, but you've got Frimpong there as well, and Konate is kind of in the way, and you're like, dude, you don't need to be over here anymore. Like, stop running over to the right. Like there's no right back there when Frimpong stood there. Like, Frimpong stood there with the man facing him up because he's back in position because he's so fast. And then you've got Konate charging over, and you're like, Konate, you're now out of position. Like, get the fuck out of there. Like, you don't need to be there. And he did it loads last night, and he kept on doing it. And I'm stood there going, seriously? Like, you need to stop running out to the right hand side to cover for a guy that stood there. Like, Frimpong's there. Frimpong's fast enough to get forward and to get back. Kirkez is fast enough to get forward and to get back. Konate doesn't need to do that anymore. He's not playing next to Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's not in position. Doesn't need to do that anymore. So that needs to get taken out of his system. It really does. And I watched it yesterday, and it made me feel uncomfortable. It genuinely made me feel uncomfortable because he was out of position so many times. Because he's running over to the right-hand side, and you could easily just chip a ball over him, and you've got a man clean through. You're right, Russell. He does need time to adapt. But he just needs to understand that he doesn't need to do that anymore. He needs to stop doing that. That bull, charging like a bull into a china shop. Yeah. So I do feel that, and there's no slight on Konate, by the way, but I do feel like if we do get Mark Wahe, I do feel like Mark Wahe will push himself into the team. I do. I think he'll push himself into the team because he's better on the ball. He looks more calmer. He's not used. He hasn't played for a Liverpool team before, so he won't have that dynamic of, oh, I need to go over and cover the right hand side all the time, which is what Konate does. So there's an element of he mightn't do that. He might just stay more central because he's like, well, this is what I do. Like, I stay central. So we'll see. What else have we got? 260 of you in here. Good to have you on board. Hit the likes and subscribe. What am I at, mods? Am I at 100? Can you let me know? I also wanted to mention that Tottenham are looking for midfielders. So they're looking at Mark Casado. So they've been told they have to pay 26 million, but he doesn't want to leave. No one wants to leave bloody Barcelona, do they? So they're looking at Casado. They're also looking at another midfielder. Let me just find that. Yeah, they're also looking at Conor Gallagher. So they're looking at him, but they need to sell Yves Bissouma. So I do feel that if Bissouma goes, I do feel that Tottenham might put a cheeky bid in for Elliott. I do think the Elliott one could happen. Like, I think it could be Tottenham or Leipzig. And weirdly, Chelsea might help us with that move. I also just wanted to mention the Sesko thing as well, because it's just really weird, isn't it? It's really weird that Sesko still hasn't made a decision because he's waiting for Manchester United to make a decision, but Manchester United won't make a decision on putting a bid in for him until Sesko tells them that he wants to pick them over Newcastle. That just doesn't make any sense. Like, you have to make a bid, otherwise the player is just going to move somewhere else. Yeah, I think Doak will go. Unfortunately, you look at Doak as well. I mean, he scored a goal and, he put that great ball in across for Rio to nod down. But you can just tell that Doak just hasn't got the minerals to be a Liverpool player for me. So I think he will go. I think we'll probably get some decent money for him. Maybe if Eze goes to Arsenal, then maybe Crystal Palace can put a bid in for him. They did offer 15 million last year, but we turned it down. So maybe we'll see. It was an own goal. wasn't even his. And to be honest, it wasn't even going in, was it? It was like going across the goal, so it wasn't even a shot on goal. So have we got any breaking news? So Dave O.C. Cobb has said that AC Milan are expected to make an offer for Darwin Núñez this week if they feel a deal can be done. The Italian side may look to sign Núñez on loan with an obligation to buy. It's never going to happen. I'm sorry. We are not going to loan Núñez out when we could get money from. Yeah, it's never going to happen. If we can get money from Al Hilal. Okay, so there's a couple of things I'm going to share. So this is from IndyColor right now. So this is quite fresh. 2 seconds. Let me just share the screen. So first of all, this is Sesko. If Sesko signs, hang on, that's not what I wanted to share. 2 seconds. That isn't the tweet I wanted to share. This was it. Yeah. Okay, so we've seen there's been some talk about Isak being at the Newcastle training ground for treatment, but honestly, that's not what we're hearing. Our sources say he's actually in talks with Eddie Howe today. It looks like he's not dealing with any injuries. So that's from Indy. Also, Jack Grealish agent is looking at Everton. Everton are looking to sign another 6 players, by the way. Everton will be good this season. I'm telling you, Everton will be good this season. Do not write Everton off. I think they'll be good this season. And also the fact that you've got the fact that you've got David Moyes back. He's not. Oh, that's an interesting one. Let me just share my screen with a couple more things as well, because there's a load of stuff that's just dropped from Ben Jacobs. So let me just share my screen here. So you've got Al Nassr inquiry about Mason Greenwood. So Marseille don't wish to sell. They value Greenwood over 3 times the 26 million paid. Manchester United have a 50% sell on. So if Greenwood goes to Al Nassr, which Ronaldo wants, then that's going to be about 90 million, which means that Manchester United get 45 million back. So Manchester United are banking on him going, so they've got money coming in. Also, Spurs forward Jamie Donnelly is undergoing a medical on a season on loan. That's another Spurs player leaving. Dortmund are in talks with Wolves for Fabio Silva, 25 million. This one's interesting. Thomas Partey's arrived in Westminster Magistrates Court to face charges. Yep, we all know about this, by the way. This one has not gone away, and the fact that Villarreal have signed him is just absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. Also, Ben Jacobs has also talked about Nicholas Jackson. Realistic chance that first choice star from last season leaves this month. Jackson could suffer even more if Chelsea signed Simmons. So Jackson could be off. Like, that's wild. Also, another one as well, which I wanted to mention, was Rodrigo. Rodrigo reportedly committed to fighting to stay at Real Madrid. I told you about this all along. Like, always said this about Rodrigo. He was always going to stay at Real Madrid. He was always going to stay at Real Madrid. Why on earth would Xabi Alonso want to sell a guy that works his ass off when none of his other forwards do that? It's always going to happen. Son's left. Unbelievable though, Son. Like 173 goals in 454 games. What a player he was. What a player. And he always scored against us as well. Like Johan Wisse, not an ideal situation. I think he'll go to Newcastle. I think that will happen. Liverpool keeping tabs on Nathan Collins. Doesn't seem to be any price which is mentioned around him in any articles, which I find interesting. West Ham are targeting midfielders if Paqueta leaves. Paqueta's potentially could go to Man City, by the way. That is one that has been talked about. They're looking at Equil Pakilos, who I think is great, but he gets injured a lot, and also Jacob Ramsey, who I think is great, but also gets injured a lot. West Ham are looking at signing a goalkeeper. He was good in the what was it, the World Club Cup? Botafogo keeper, he was good. Arsenal trying to sell Vieira, who they paid 34 million for. Another player that Arsenal won't get any money for. Like Arsenal just don't get money for players, which makes me laugh. Like seriously, it's supposed to be a big club. Don't make any money for players. Bournemouth goalkeepers going back to Botafogo, so Bournemouth are about to lose 2 goalkeepers and their entire back line. But that makes sense because Botafogo's goalkeeper is going to West Ham. Will Lancashire, another player who's highly rated at Tottenham, is off on loan. Jackson's exit could happen. That was from David Ornstein. Spurs looking to buy Gallagher but are selling Basuma. They want 40 million for Conor Gallagher. I mean, to be honest, if they're going to spend 40 million on a 28-year-old a 25-year-old in Gallagher, they could spend 40 million on Harvey Elliott. Right? That could be a deal they get done. What else have we got? That's the Rodrigo stuff. Yeah, I'm done. Okay, so I think that's me done. Hang on, let me just double check because BBC has updated Sesko and Leipzig agreements. Let me just share my screen here. This is on BBC. So let me just make that bigger. So this was recent. BBC Sport was told that Besman Sesko has an informal agreement with Leipzig that he can leave if an elite team offer about 70 million. Newcastle have reportedly submitted an improved offer comprising of an initial 69.5 million fee plus add-ons. If Manchester United join the party, then it will be up to Sesko. They still haven't joined the party. So, and this is the whole situation which I talked about before. So here's a brief timeline how it developed. Alexander Isak left after Newcastle squad, 24th of July. 25th of July, Newcastle begin working on move for Sesko. 30th of July, Man United enter the race and make Sesko their number one target. 1st of August, Newcastle reject Liverpool's bid of 110 million. 2nd of August, Newcastle make first bid for Sesko worth 65 million plus 4.3 million. Leipzig reject offer. 4th of August, Newcastle submit 69 million plus add-ons for Sesko. 5th of August, Man United are yet to offer anything for Sesko. Isn't it interesting that Newcastle sparked into life after we bid 110 million? I'm just saying. That's the Caicedo stuff. This one's interesting as well. What is PIF's priority? They own 75% stake in 4 of the leading Saudi Arabian clubs, Al Hilal, while it also owns 80% in Newcastle. The Magpies rejected 110 million from Liverpool for Isak on Friday, with Newcastle valuing the Swede at 150 million. It makes me think about what is the priority. Newcastle fan writer Charlotte Robson told, more of the discontent has been felt in the fan base lately over where Newcastle's PIF list of priorities and allowing other clubs to benefit off the potential expense of us feels more like we are being overlooked. Perhaps it's a clever way of getting money into Newcastle, but I think most fans would say we'd rather an improved contract was given to Isak and the dust of the summer settles. It's what I said all along. Like, PIF are going to fund Liverpool to buy Isak, which means they get loads of money. That's fine. And then they're going to spend the money on players that we don't want, like players that a lot of clubs don't want. Manchester United have submitted a bid. No, let me have a look. Have they? Manchester United submitted a bid. No, I can't see anything there. Let's have a look. So we've got biggest signings. Let me have a quick look. United have submitted an offer of 85 million. Where's that from? Per the build, is it? Okay, well, if United are in, then United are in. About 1.8 billion is being spent by the Premier League so far this window, with top 10 accountants, 665. So 9 of the top 10 most expensive signings are attackers. Arsenal's midfielder is the Zubimendi exception. Liverpool are the biggest spenders, 252 million. In terms of net spend, Arsenal rank of 185 million. Top 10 transfer fees, Zubimendi 51, Gittins 51, Madueke 52, Alanga 55, Pedro 60, Gokoro 63, Cunha 62, and Buemo 71, Ekitike 79, and Florian Wirtz 116. I really wish they'd stop putting this 116 because we didn't pay 116 million for him. Like, we haven't paid that money. Like, why do they keep on putting this 116 million? Why do they keep on putting this 116 million? Like, it's really frustrating. Like, we haven't paid 116 million for Wirtz. We spent 100 million. Like, we haven't given them the rest of the money because he hasn't achieved the add-ons. Like, I hate it. I hate the nonsense. Like we haven't paid 116 million for Wirtz yet. We spent 100 million. Like, stop adding add-ons which haven't been paid out. Like, I know, and we only paid 69 million for Hugo Ekitike. We haven't paid 79 million. Like, it's so frustrating that they keep on inflating the prices that we paid for players. Like, they keep on inflating the prices. Like, are they going to say that we paid 29 million for Frimpong when we've actually only paid 10? Like, are they going to do that? It's ridiculous. Don't put the entire fee. Like, do not put the entire fee because we haven't paid it. We haven't paid it. And it actually says biggest signings. And it talks about actual accounting. Well, it's not actual accounting if you haven't paid. Like, if we pay 26 million for Florian Wirtz, yeah, which is all of the add-ons, every single thing in the end, sorry, 16 million, all of the add-ons in the end, that might happen in 2 years' time. So why are you saying it happened in 2025 when it might happen in 2027 or 2026? Like, honestly, like, it's just stupid. It just makes no sense. Like, tell me how much my club spent right this minute. Don't tell me what my club have spent in 4 years' time, because they haven't spent it. They haven't spent that money. They spent 100 million on Wirtz now, and they've spent 69 million on Ekatike now. They spent 10 million on Frimpong now, and they spent 35 million on Kirkes now. Like, and to the case of Alexander Isak eventually, we might only spend 120 million on Isak now, and the rest might be 15 million add-ons in 2 years' time. So stop talking shit for me. Like, did we get 69 million for 65 million from Bayern Munich for Luis Diaz? Yes, we did. We got 65 million cash. Okay, so that is now classed as a 65 million pound sale. So why do you keep on changing the prices? Oh, I know why. Because you want to make Liverpool look like we're spending more than everybody else. Well, we know we're spending more than everybody else in actual players, but we're not spending more than everybody else in the overall packages, because Manchester City are still well ahead of us. They've still spent more than us. Chelsea have spent more than us. So don't inflate the prices so it looks like we're spending more than everyone else, because we're not. I'm fed up with this shit. I'm fed up with the shit that we keep on having to deal with. And I tell you what, if Manchester United signed Sesko for 70 million or 75 million, I think Manchester United might have spent more than us. I think Manchester United might be around that mark as well. So, fed up of it. Fed up of it. Like, are they going to say that Brian Mbeumo was less than Ekatike when he wasn't? He wasn't less than Ekatike. He was more than Ekatike, because they spent 71 million on him cash. So he was less. Sorry, he was more. But no, you're going to list Ekatike. He cost more than Mbeumo. No, he didn't. No, he didn't, because we haven't spent the money. We haven't paid him. He needs to win a Champions League, or we need to win a league title, and then the Ekatike money gets paid. Fucking assholes. Absolute assholes, honestly. Really hate it. Absolutely spot on, duffers. 333 million, Man City. 236 million. Honestly. Knobbers. Anyway, right, I've done an hour and 14. I was only in an hour. I haven't got anything else for you now, unless something else is about to drop, which I don't know about. Let me just see. 2 seconds. Okay, Ben Jacobs has said that Spurs have made a bid for Rodrigo. Let me just share this. Suggestion: Spurs have placed a formal bid for Rodrigo a wide of the mark. As of Tuesday morning, Real Madrid have received no bids from any club. Real are still prepared to sell Rodrigo if Rodrigo informs he wishes to leave. Player has now met with Xabi Alonso and did not hand in a transfer request. Open situation, with Rodrigo being offered to several clubs in case he decides to exit. There you go. Let's put the Rodrigo stuff to bed because he will stay at the club. He's going nowhere. There's been no bids. He's met with Xabi, and Xabi said it's up to him. Done deal. Okay, we move on. Cody Gakpo will be our left winger, and Rio Gigamoa will be the backup, and Hugo Ekitike can rotate in there, which is fine. It's absolutely fine. And then we got the likes of Nunez to be sold, Chiesa to be sold. Does anyone else think that Chiesa looks like he's been eating all the pies again? Like, God bless the lad, but he needs to just be sold. He is just not good enough to be a Liverpool player. Like, I watch him and I feel sorry for him. It's like he's running around and he's never played football before. Like, honestly, he tries hard, but my God, like, he is dreadful. Like, it looks like he hasn't played football for about 2 years. It's really weird. Like, maybe he needs to just like start playing beach football or something. Like, but he just needs to leave our club now. He's being paid an absolute wedge. Like, he needs to move. We need to move him back to Italy ASAP. Yeah, get rid of Chiesa, get rid of Nunez, get rid of Elliott, and there's a couple of other players that could probably move on as well. Ben Doak, Kostas Tsimikas is awful. I don't even know how I feel about Andy Robinson right now. Like, he's on 160 grand a week. He's dreadful. He's just dreadful. Like, I don't know how I feel about him. Like, maybe I'd be better off, like, I don't know, maybe better off just getting another left back in, or maybe playing one of our younger left backs as backup for Kirkes. But honestly, there's some players in that team that just need to move on because it's becoming a bit embarrassing because you can't cope with the way we play. It's ruined his career. I get it. It was worth a shot, but yeah, he needs to go. A couple of players just need to be gone now. Looks like Sesko might be going to Newcastle. Newcastle might have to go back to drawing board. Newcastle might end up getting bloody Nicholas Jackson, like everyone's talked about. I mean, at the end of the day, Newcastle's owners own Clear Lake, part of Clear Lake, which is owned by Chelsea. So there you go. Like, rotate, like, sell players to yourself. Like, it's not like other teams haven't done it. It's not like Chelsea haven't done it. It's not like Aston Villa haven't sold their women's team to themselves, or Manchester City sold their team hotel to themselves. Like, everybody's been doing dodgy stuff right across the board. So I'm sure they'll find a way. But we need the centre back, we need Isak, and we're ready to cook. I am out of here. Thank you very much for viewing the show today. Like I said, look forward to me announcing a sponsor on the show, which will happen soon. I'm just waiting for the details and the information to come over so I can start posting that up. Really excited about that. It's a new adventure. It's a really good product as well. Like, I used it and I won some money the first time I did it. So I'm sure you'll enjoy it. I'll talk about it another time when I've got more information. But you all have a wonderful day. I'm going to forward you on to another show now. I'm not going to be live later because I'm going to be doing Jamie Phillips's show later on at 9 o'clock. So you can catch me on Jamie's at 9 with a panel. I don't know who he's getting on, but it should be fun. Let me just forward you on 2 seconds. There's 200 of you in here. If if you haven't hit the like and subscribe, please do. I really appreciate it. It will be amazing if you do. On to Don. I think Don's about to go live. Let me just double check. Who's live? Born a Red. You know what? I'm gonna pass you on to Born a Red. I like Born a Red, so I'm gonna pass you on to them. Yeah, I'm gonna send you on to Born a Red. They've been doing some good stuff lately. Put in Kmack Raid and also big up as if at Born a Red. So you can all fly over there. I'm going to watch them for a bit. I will see you all later on Jamie's channel. So please come over. I start at 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. I also wanted a big shout out to Dominic Szoboszlai yesterday. He was absolutely insane. Dominic Szoboszlai yesterday. Incredible in midfield. Yeah, might be. So you head over to Born a Red and put in Kmack Raid, and I will see you all later on. Catch you later. Take care. Bye bye.